Hello everybody, welcome on into My Sweet Home today. My name is Tracy Campbell. So excited that you are coming in with me on whether you're watching live or on the replay. Let me know by leaving a little note down below. I always love to see who has been here, and I never know you're here unless you leave a note down below. So that's the great way to get in touch with me, is just to leave a little comment down below. I can't wait to show you what we're doing today. It is going fruity week. Let's get fruity week. That's what it's called. Let's get fruity week, theme week over in the Craft from the Clock group. And I'm so excited for today's project. So a lot of times when people think of like a fruit theme, they kind of get like scared or nervous, but you know what? You can make fruit. You can turn a fruit theme into anything your style. So I can't wait to show you what I'm doing today. We are making a DIY faux or fake, however you want to call it, primitive apple pie. Now, I hope we should get it done today. It's not hard, but there is a little bit of a process to the technique. So that's what we may have to kind of wait through a little bit. I think we can get it all done, but we'll see. Hello, hop on in here and let me know you're here. Hello, Miss Debbie and Deborah and Suzanne. I'm so excited y'all are here. Pam and Sonia. Hi, my sweet friend. Miss Mary. And Cindy, hop on in here. I'm so excited y'all are here. Someone has already sent 50 stars. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. So this was a little bit of an unplanned. I plan on coming live Thursday morning, 9:45 a.m. Central, for another fun project, and I can't wait. Can't wait to show you that one either. It's going to be fun. But we're all doing like faux primitive type stuff today. Thursdays will be probably primitive rustic style as well. Of course, that's naturally just typically what I like to do all the time. That's just my style. Hey, Miss D, I'm so excited you're here. Welcome. My name is Tracy. I'm so excited to have you here on my page, My Sweet Home Living. And hopefully if you like what you see, you'll let your friends know and you'll come back again. I'm going to be live again on Thursday morning. So hop on in here on Thursday morning or set your alarm or reminder on your phone, and I'll be here at 9:45 Central for another fun project. Hello, Miss Laura. How are you? Hey, Miss Marie. Hearing thunder. Oh, Southeastern Indiana. Well, you're not too far away from me. I am in, I guess you would say northwest Kentucky. So we're not too far away, but I do know it has clouded up in the last little bit. So we might be getting some storms here too. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Sorry. Obviously I should have closed the window blinds. Pongo is my fur baby. He's seeing something out the window, you guys. All right, well, let's hop right into this. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Really simple. You're not going to need a whole lot of items for this project today. Miss Mary, thank you. I am feeling better today. Today's probably the most normal I have felt since last Wednesday. I had a little outpatient surgery procedure, nothing major, but it has taken me a little bit to kind of get the pep back in my step. And I don't quite have the pep back in my step yet, but I'm getting there. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you. So you are going to need just a cheapy little pie plate. Okay, little pie pan. Get a disposable one. You could use those as well. Dollar Tree, anywhere you can get them. Thrift store, wherever. And you are going to cut out a square of muslin material that is about, I don't know, I said about 1.5 inches larger than the diameter of your pie plate. Okay, your pie pan. And nothing fancy. You don't have to cut it out in a circle. All I did is I laid my pie plate. Mine has a little bit of an angled, which is truly what a pie dish looks like. It has that angled edge. Turned it upside down, and then I just cut a square roughly about 1.5 inches larger than my pan. Thank you for those hearts. I appreciate you. Hey, Miss Kim. Oh, Miss Diane. Okay, we'll send prayers up for you. Hey, Miss Katie. How are you? So what I'm going to do is just kind of round the edges just a tiny bit, because you see we're not going to need a whole lot of excess, because we're going to kind of tuck those in a little bit. You will need some hot glue, and of course you will need some type of grunging supplies. Now, you all know I use a whole collection of grunging supplies. I'm probably going to be using my coffee grunge mixture today, the coffee, cinnamon, and vanilla. I mixed up a new batch this morning. Hey, Miss Penny, how are you? Thank you, Miss Judy. I appreciate your sweet words. I appreciate you. A cup of hot water, a 1/2 cup of instant coffee, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Mix it up. Keep it stored in like a glass jar. Store it in your refrigerator when you're not using it. Pull it out, heat it up when you're ready to use it for something like this. I love using it for primitive style fabric projects. And you guys have seen me use that a lot. If you want the recipe and didn't catch it, it is pinned at the top of my page, My Sweet Home Living here on Facebook. You can go straight to my page and you'll see it there, okay? Now, I cut out 2 circles because I may make another one of these later, and I thought, well, why not? I'll just have 2 for the, at the same time I'll cut out 2. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take some polyfill. We're getting fancy here, y'all. Polyfill, and basically fill up your pie pan, okay? Of course, you could use plastic bags. You could use the spray foam if you wanted to, and just if it gets too large, kind of shave it down a little bit. This is easy. This is super easy. Polyfill, stuffing, okay? Hello, Fun Again Funds 2. Nice to meet you. Let me know your name so I'll know who you are. Hey, Miss Addie from Louisiana. How are ya? All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this circle and we're going to basically center it over the top of our pan, okay? Not hard, you guys. That's why you want to leave about 1.5 inches, 2 inches overhang when you're cutting out that piece of muslin, because this stuffing, you've got to have a little bit of rise, right, on your pie to make it look realistic. So that's going to take up some of the extra space. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take hot glue, and let me go ahead and grab another glue stick because I know I'm going to need it in a second and have that handy. And all you're going to do is you're kind of going to go around and you're going to take the edges. Hey, Miss Kim, how are you, sweet friend? Miss Sherry, thank you for hopping on. Jan Hauser. Okay, well, nice to meet you and welcome to my page. First time viewer from Oklahoma. This is amazing. We have so many first timers today. It's been amazing. I've been meeting lots of you for the first time. In the comments, it seems, even on replay, some of you have told me that you're first timers, and so I love that. I love having first timers here and joining us. We have a special group of creative friends here. I tell you, and I hope that you feel that they're as special to you as they are to me, because they are some super sweet friends here, and we're so excited you're here. Watching from Florida, Geraldine. Hey, Miss Jane, how are you? Miss Pat, how are you, sweet friend? All right, so I'm going to keep gluing while I'm chit-chatting with you guys. So all I'm going to do, these pie pans that have the lip, see how this has the little edge on it? This is what you want because it makes it easier to kind of tuck this under. All I'm going to do is put a little bit of hot glue around the edge of that, and then I'm going to wrap this under and start tucking it. I'm tucking it under so that you don't see that raw edge, okay? And this will go really fast. So you can do this as fast or take your time with this. It's really a simple project, and there's nothing super complicated about it at all, okay? And there's about 1,000,001 ways that you've probably seen, you know, creatives make faux pies. I know we've had some in the Craft Around the Clock group make some beautiful faux pies in the last couple of weeks. And they were all different and unique and had a different style about them, which I love. You know, we all kind of have our own take on things. So you can take the same idea and maybe do it in a different way and have something totally you and unique. I've got the glue sticking to my fingers here. I have watched you other times on replay. Oh, good. Well, thank you for commenting. Let me make sure I remember your name. Pauline, I'm so glad you're here and that you let me know you're here today. I always appreciate everyone that's watching, even if you're never in the comments. But it's always super special to see you in the comments, I think, because that lets me make a connection with you guys when you're here. All right, so you can see I'm kind of making sure my stuffing is staying kind of centered there as we go around. It's really easy. We're just kind of tucking it in like it's taking a nap. And we're just going to keep going around the edge of this pie plate and tucking the edge. Now, I forgot to tell you, this is muslin material. I have been using this fabric like crazy, you guys. I just buy it. I buy, you know, a pretty good amount of it, and then I just use it for all kinds of things. And if you are new to my page, you may not know some of the projects that we've made. We've made some primitive little grain sacks out of this material. We've made all kinds of fall projects, and we'll be making more. I've got several projects lined up and ready, and we'll be using a lot of this. So if it's something that you kind of want to craft along with, or if you see an idea that you like and think you want to make some more, you know, just get you some of this material. It's not overly expensive, and it's so easy to use. It's so forgiving too. All right, I'm getting down to this last little section here, which is a little tricky. I want to make sure that I kind of have a nice taut pie. I don't want tons of wrinkles in it, because this is going to be the top surface of our pie. So whatever it looks like is going to be it. And it's okay if it's not quite right. You can just pull it right up and readjust. Okay, that's the great thing about it too. Nothing is screaming permanent here. Okay. Now, if you have a few little wrinkles, you can kind of pull them and secure them to the edge, because we're going to cover those up in a little bit. We can mask those extra little wrinkles if we need to. Come on, glue stick. And so I'll kind of pull those to the edge here. Don't get your fingers in that hot glue. Hi, Miss Pat. Thank you so much. I would love it if we get some new followers on here. We are just inching our way up and inching our way up. We have grown by leaps and bounds over the last couple of months, it seems. Actually, over the last month, I feel like, which is so exciting to see. Okay, this is being contrary. Let me give it a little push there, along there. Okay. Now, why are you acting up? I don't know what it's doing, but I do not need it happening. Okay, glue that down. All right. I do have some wrinkles. So I can kind of play around with those later, but for time's sake, I'm going to keep on keeping on here. Okay, you guys are going to get the idea. You'll want to make sure that you kind of get your wrinkles pulled out before you proceed to the next step. First time watching, Carlene's Crafty Corner. Welcome. So excited you're here. I'm so excited you're here. My name is Tracy. And of course, my page is My Sweet Home Living. I'd love it if you're a regular. All right, so I have taken another strip of muslin material. I did not measure, you guys. I just eyeballed this, and hopefully this will be enough to go around. Should be. Okay, I'm going to guess it's probably about 4.5, maybe 5 inches in width. Okay, I do not know how long. I've just cut it in length because this is going to be our crust around the edge here. Okay, then we're going to get to that all good grunging stuff in a second. You're going to fold this in half. Okay, all the way down, so that it looks something like this. Okay, we folded it in half. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pick a little spot. You know, since I kind of have these little wrinkles back here, I think this might be the back of my pie. So what I'm going to do, let me cut this even, because I did not cut that. That's on an angle. Okay. I'm going to just pick a little spot on the back of this pie, and first I'm going to throw this glue gun out the window. Do not understand. I see what happened. This glue stick is out of line. The new one didn't go in quite straight. Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties here. I don't know how we're going to fix that problem, because it's already kind of melted together. Oh my gracious. Okay, we're just going to have to, we'll manage. We can do that, right? Okay, I'm going to put a little dab of glue right here on what I'm going to consider the back edge here. And I'm going to take the edge of this muslin and I'm going to kind of pinch it together and just press it into that dollop of glue right there. Okay, that's going to be my starting point. All right, so we want to make sure that that gets stuck down really good, and then we're going to keep going around. But I'm going to show you. I know, Miss Penny, I was watching you the other day when you were having problems with your glue gun too. Oh, our glue guns are just throwing fits these days, right? Okay, once you are sure that that has a good, that it's stuck good. I'll spit it out here in a second. Glue strings everywhere. Okay, then what you're going to do, I hope I can show you this backwards. Hold on. Okay, so you've got this width here that you've kind of folded in half, okay? So you have a double thickness, and that's important because you want your crust to have a little bit of dimension to it. One layer of this muslin wouldn't be thick enough, so you've got to double it. So what you're going to do, hey, Miss Barbara, thanks for hopping in the comments. You're going to take it and you're going to make a little, I'm going to say like a little bubble. Let me give it a twist and I'll show you. Let me do a couple. You're going to put a dollop of glue about every, I'm going to say about every inch, okay? Now we'll see if that holds true. It's kind of tricky to get it started, but once you get it started, you'll see how it works. And you kind of have to do a dollop of glue under both layers of this fabric. That's why this glue gun is not going to be my friend today, because I need it to cooperate. Okay, so then you're going to take it and twist it. Okay, now I'm going to give you a close-up view here in just a second. You kind of have to get a couple of little twists going to see the effect that it's going to give you. It's going to give you that wonderful little scalloped pie edge, if you will. Okay. Oh my gracious! Come on, glue stick. Come on, I really need you to work. Mine usually doesn't give me much problem, but I guess today it decided to act up. Okay, now I've got one twist. Let me do two more, and then I'm going to give you a close-up view here, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And once you get around the whole pie, it makes it so cute. Come on, glue. You can twist and kind of pucker it a little bit. Smash it down and just keep on going around. Hold on. One more, and then I'm going to give you a close-up view here. This would go a lot faster if this glue gun was cooperating today. Okay. Now, you can see where I've started it, so ignore that little area. Okay, so you're starting to see a little bit of the crust here, and from a distance, that's going to look like your scalloped edge. Okay, now I know everything is really pale right now, but we're going to go over it. We're going to dust it with some cinnamon. We're going to add some apple slices, some dried apple slices and cinnamon sticks to the top. It's going to come together and look so cute, and these are perfect for fall decorating in your kitchen. You could put these on a little hutch. Put them on, I like putting them on a little tiered serving platter. I have one right back here in the corner, and I usually keep a little faux apple pie on there somewhere. The one I've had it for ever, and it was getting to be really bad, and so I was like, okay, it's time to redo it. So that's kind of what prompted this today. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put a new glue stick in. I'm not fighting with this thing anymore. But, okay. Ooh, that one came out quick. All right, let's fingers crossed that this will work better. Ah, so much better. Why didn't I do that sooner? All right. So you don't want to pull this super tight because you want it to have a little bit of fluff to it, sort of. Oh, came off. I pulled it too soon before it had cooled. All right. So pucker, twist, and then tack it down. Okay. Pucker, twist, tie it down, twist it down. All right. So I'm going to speed this along. If we had like fast forward here, skip. All right, I'm going to keep on trucking. All right, now I'm not shooting for perfection here. I'm showing you the method, and then you guys can take it and run with it, okay? Okay, so hang with me a second. Twist. Oop, I twisted too many times there. Got ahead of myself. Now, the cinnamon is what we're going to use to grunge this. We might add a little bit of the coffee grunge mixture, but the other thing about this is, if you don't want this totally primitive and totally grunge, what you can do is add a little bit of diamond dust to the top of it, which will make it look like it has, you know, that sugared look to it. And I think that would even be really cute to add to your apple slices as well. And I'll show you what we'll do with those in just a second. So my apple slices, I got a little bit of a late start on my apple slices this morning. But what you will do is you will take an apple, slice it as thin as you possibly can, and where it holds that slice together. Put it on a layer of parchment paper on a cookie sheet in a 200, 250 degree oven, and let those slow dry. Or you can put it in a dehydrator if you have one of those, or you can just let it air dry. I mean, you could, you know, totally do that as well, but it will definitely take a lot longer. Now, I had mine in a 250 degree oven for an hour, and mine needed probably about 30 or 45 more minutes. But I went ahead and pulled them out to show you today the method that I'm going to do. And then after the live, I'm going to put them back in the oven and dry them some more. Tuck, twist, and tack. That's right, tuck, twist, and glue, or tack it. You can do either one. But this project is so easy. You don't have to worry about doing anything sewing related. And it's durable. And of course, it's like super inexpensive, really, you know. So all great things, and it's perfect for fall, but it'll carry through any season. Okay, now obviously the tighter that you make your twist, the different look that you'll get for your crust. So you might have to just kind of play with it and get your own little groove going to get the look that you want, but it's super easy. And I've got a few more, and then we'll be ready to move to the next step, which is going to be the grunging. Okay, we're going to do the grunging next. And that'll be super fun. We'll make a mess. That's why I have a cookie sheet underneath of this right now, actually. And I'm going to pull out some parchment paper as well, because we'll have a lot of overflow. We'll have a lot of excess cinnamon that we'll want to save. So you'll definitely want to have, I've got glue strings all over. You'll definitely want to, come on, glue strings. All right. We're down to the home stretch, you guys. I'm actually going to go ahead and put a few dollops down, and then I'm just going to twist and tack it. Twist and tack it. I don't want to get it down the wrong side down in my glue, because our cinnamon won't stick real well to those spots if we do that. Okay. Okay. Right now this looks like just an unbaked pie, right? Okay. Now I'm going to cut this at the end. I'm not going to worry too much about what it looks like here on the back right this moment. I can always kind of come back and doctor it up here in just a little bit. All right. I do want all my glue strings off. Pull those off. Okay. Now you've got several options here, and you may just want to kind of experiment and see what works best for you. What you can totally do, and this is the reason why I like doing this last, and I'll explain to you and you'll see what I mean in a moment. I could have totally coffee grunged my material, my fabric, before I applied it to my pie, right? I totally could. And you may decide that that's a method that you like better, and if so, that's perfect. There's more than one way to do this. But what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to test a little bit of this, my coffee grunge, on a little piece of this material. I'm actually going to test two different spots. I'm going to test it with some just plain cinnamon, And then I'm going to test it with the coffee grunge. Now the coffee grunge obviously is going to be more wet, okay? I kind of wanted to do this in a faster process if possible. So what I'm going to try is a little bit of Mod Podge spray. Spray it on my fabric, sprinkle my cinnamon. Heavy. You want it coated really good. Now you're going to think, oh my gosh, she's got like so much on there. It's going to look bad, right? That's okay because we're going to shake off the excess. Let me get a sheet of this parchment paper to spread out under this because this is going to catch all of the extra, and then we can always pour it right back into our cinnamon container when we're finished. Okay, let me move this hot glue over because we don't need it for right now. So I'm hoping that that spray will just kind of be enough dampness to kind of hold that cinnamon in place, and then just pat it off. Okay, that's what it's going to kind of look like, and that looks like a baked crust. You know, looks like a perfectly browned crust. It smells amazing, and then you can kind of go right back over it with this spray, and that'll kind of seal it in. Okay, I think that's the method I'm going to go with because it's quicker and I don't have to worry about drying time. The other great thing about this is that this moisture of if we use the coffee grunge mixture, the solution, it would soak down in to that polyfill, that stuffing that we have in the center, which could cause some problems later. So if you're going to use the coffee grunge method, I would totally recommend that you grunge your material first. Here's why I chose not to, another reason why I chose not to do that is because I want some dimension of color in this, around the edging of the crust. When you look at a pie crust, a real pie, you have lights and darks, right? You have lighter areas and then you have some little peaks that have some browner tones to it. And I think this is going to give me that because you can see on this little test area here that we tested on, you can kind of see we've got some darker areas, lighter areas, and that kind of thing. And I think we'll be able to control it. And we'll even have some areas around the crust that it'll look like that true real crust, I think, if we do this method. So let's go for it. Let's dig in and let's see. We're going to spray. We're going to work little sections at a time, okay? I'm going to spray and then sprinkle. Spray and then sprinkle. Let's go ahead and get our cinnamon ready. I don't know if I'll need the... All right, I'm going to spray a good little area here. And then sprinkle. Okay, I'm going to go heavy. I want to go heavy because I want it to fall down in there. When I tap the excess off, it's going to fall down in some of those little grooves, okay? Those little folded areas. Now, what I would probably do next, and I did not grab one. Let me see if I can grab one real quick. I'm going to grab a little paintbrush, and I'm going to kind of use it as my little duster, if you will. And I don't have one. All my good size brushes, I think, are over soaking by the sink. Okay, rats. We can improvise here. We can improvise here. Let's get this paper towel. Let's do this. It's got a little bit of hot glue on it, but that'll work. We'll still manage. I think I'm going to take this and rub it a little bit so that it even gets down in those little grooves even easier. Okay, we're not going to shake it off yet. We're going to keep on going because some of that excess, we can just shake it over to this next little area. Okay, tap it. Let some of it run over. Sprinkle it, and we're just going to keep on moving. Keep on moving. Going heavy with the cinnamon, okay? Really heavy. That's going to give us that good brown look of a crust, okay? I don't want to see sprinkles. I want to see good coverage. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm going heavy. All right. And we're on the last step, you guys. I told you this would go fast. Now we're just going to have to embellish it in just a minute after we shake this excess off here. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go back over and spray it just yet, okay? I am going to kind of take this and kind of brush it over some areas that I think I want to make sure that it gets covered. I'm okay if I have a few white areas. Like I said, that's going to kind of help make it look a little more authentic, okay? Hey, Miss Sherry and Shirley. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to tap, okay? We're going to tap it, tap a bunch of that off. And we still have a bunch of excess on there. I really wish I had a dry paintbrush, you guys. A real delicate dry paintbrush would be perfect to brush the excess off. We just have to, we're just going to dig in. Dig in with the fingers. Okay, we still got a bunch coming off there. You could take a little blow dryer maybe, but you start to see we're seeing a little bit of the dimension here. That's what we want. That's what we want. Hey, Miss Gretchen. Hey, Janet. All right. We're just patting all that extra off, you guys. Patting it all off. And you can rub it a little bit too. I think that'll be fine to rub it. That'll actually smooth out kind of any blotchiness that you might see. We're making noise in here. Almost. Oh, good. I'm glad you brought that up. Jane, almost done making her bread, her faux bread. I wanted to show you those before we get off here today, what I started with those the other day. All right, so that's what we have. Now, all those wrinkles. I'm going to have to go back and definitely fix those wrinkles. They're like way too obvious right now. But you can see what we got with that crust, right? The lighting is a little bright. If I just didn't have those little wrinkles right there. So make sure when you pull your fabric, make sure you pull it taut and get those wrinkles out, okay? No biggie, but I can go back and fix it. But I was in a hurry wanting to speed this along. So you guys get a finished project today. I'm going to leave you wondering and guessing what it's going to look like. Okay, so like I said, I have taken a little sheet of parchment paper and put some apple slices on them and let them dry. They're not dry. I need to put them back in the oven. But what I'm going to do, I am going to put a little bit of a coffee grunge on those because, and I know once they dry, they'll kind of brown up a little bit, but they're not brown enough for me. I don't want them completely like white. So that coffee grunge, you see what's happening? That coffee grunge is going to give them that good aged look. And it's going to take that cinnamon and just kind of soak it in there. All right, that's what it looks like. So let me show you. Here is just a regular apple that's not quite all the way dry. This is the same apple. This one has cinnamon sprinkled on this side. Okay, it still needs to dry a little bit. This one, I've just added a little bit of that coffee grunge mixture onto it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a couple of these around the top of my pie. You would want these completely dry, okay? Mine are not completely dry. I was rushing them today. So after we're off here today, I'm going to add mine back to the oven and let them continue to dry. But I wanted to show you how cute these look as a top little garnish, embellishment rather, to the top of your pie. So I would like to put 3 or 4 around the top. I like to go small and then maybe put one in the center with a few cinnamon sticks, okay? And let's see, I've got one right here. Let's use this one. Oh, this one has the little star pattern. I did not core the apple when I sliced it, so we get the core, the little star shape that core makes whenever you slice it. Okay, now this is quite a bit heavy. All right, I'm just going to kind of dab some of that excess off here because I want you to still be able to tell they're apples, right? And then I'm going to take 2 little cinnamon sticks at the top right here. Now these cinnamon sticks are a little dry. These have been sitting, I guess, for a little while. So all I'm going to do is take a little bit of my coffee grunge mix and just wet them down. And that'll kind of bring them back to life a little bit. And then you would want to seal this You could seal it with a little bit of that Mod Podge spray, okay? Or you could use any type of little clear sealer, matte sealer spray. I would go with spray though, okay? Now what you could totally do next, okay? I did not bring it. I do a little bit of a spray and then sprinkle it with a little bit of the diamond dust. Goodness, I could not think of the word, which is not coming to me. All right, so now what I'm going to do is take a little bit of cheesecloth. Let me see which one. This one will work. You guys know I love this coffee. I grunge a lot of cheesecloth and use it, and I'm going to show you those faux breads, those faux bread loaves that we did last week. If you missed that, you can go back and catch the replay on my page. But they are so cute. They're so cute, and especially when you get like a whole collection of little things. We made the little primitive faux jelly jars. We've made I've got something really fun coming up, you guys, and I can't wait. I want to spill the beans so bad, but I can't. We're not going to do it Thursday. It'll probably be next week, but I can't wait to show you what it's going to be. But would you pair these with a little bit of those faux bread loaves? Let me put the top on this before I knock it over. Thank you, Miss Vicky. Thank you. Happy. I almost said Tuesday. It's not Tuesday, is it? Oh goodness, my brain is a little sleepy too. I think it's Monday, but thank you. We're gonna tie this down, and I want those little cinnamon sticks to kind of go just like so. Now you could crisscross it, or you could just leave it like that. You could add a little primitive tag, you know, say homemade, or you could just say apple pie or whatever. Something simple. I'm not going to add a tag to mine right now, but I think that is so cute. Now you could add that to a little vignette. Let me show you some of the faux bread. Where did it go? It's over here. I've already tucked it in back here. Okay, so we made some faux bread last week. Okay, same idea. Use the cinnamon sticks with the cheesecloth. We made the faux grain sacks, the little feed sacks. How cute would all this stuff be to tie together? Let's see. I don't have anything else. Oh, here's the little jelly jars. Let me show you these. The little, we used tea bags. Used tea bags. We stamped the tea bags and decoupaged. This is a yogurt jar. A yogurt jar. Glass jar. We decoupaged those used tea bags with some stamps and decoupaged them on this little yogurt jar. Used a little bit of the coffee grunge cheesecloth on the top. But things like this are so cute, all tied together. Now, I'm going to finish these off. I'm going to finish dehydrating my apples, finish that off, and then I'm going to create a little vignette for you guys and show you how I would style it. Okay. Now, so if you missed, if you missed our little faux bread recipe or video last week, I sprayed a bunch of these. Now you're going to think, what in the world? If you've already done this, you probably experienced some of the same thing. And there was something I forgot to tell you guys. It had been so long since I have made these, I had forgotten. So if you use these little disposable loaf pans, you'll need to double them up, because this loaf, this is spray foam. It expands, and so what will happen is it will sometimes make the bottom of your pan bubble. Now it doesn't bother me because I kind of tuck it in anyway. It's not crucial that I have it flat. But if that's crucial to you, you might be able to take it out and shave the bottom off of this foam. But let me tell you, in the drying phase, this is what happens. Sometimes you'll get little wild crazies that kind of go crazy. This is foam. While this is drying, you just have to let it sit and do its thing. You fill it up with spray foam about halfway, and you let it sit for hours. Leave it alone. And you'll get some of these little crazies that kind of come off the edge here. I think I had another one. I had several that did that. I think I've already picked all the others off, but I left this one because I wanted to show you guys. If you pick it off while it's still drying and curing, it'll just spit out another one. So if you wait till it's completely dry and then just peel it off, you're good to go. And then all you have to do is sand the smooth surface off of this because it has a waterproofing capability to it. So you have to sand off that glossiness, that waterproof layer. Then you can paint it, grunge it, and make it into a cute little bread loaf pan. Okay, these look so cute decorating your kitchen for fall. You could prop up your favorite cookbook with this, and in a little corner next to a bread cabinet or in the corner of a kitchen island or a hutch. I love using it in little spaces like this on my little hutch cabinet that I have here. And you can make them small versions. You can make little mini pies and give these as little, you know, housewarming gifts. Or, I mean, these are perfect if you are selling a home and you need to stage your home. Make it look warm and inviting. Make some faux baked goods and, you know, stick them around your kitchen. Light an apple pie scented candle and place this on your kitchen island with some other things, and you'll have guests over and they'll never know. Other than they may wonder why you're not offering them a slice of fresh pie. So I hope that you enjoyed this today. We have another presenter coming up in 2 minutes. Over in the Craft from the Clock group, I would love it if you guys could hop over there and let them know that you're there. Tell them hello. And all this week, we have fruit-themed projects for you for this week. So I hope you enjoy it. And if so, let us know. And enjoy the rest of the day and the rest of the week. I'll see you again on Thursday at 9:45 a.m. Central for another fun fruit-themed project. See you soon. Bye, y'all.